Okay, 17 is not an integral, 17 is an antiderivative. So it's a little bit quicker because we don't have to worry about the limits. But really not that much different. Because if you look back at the one we just did, 12, the first thing we had to find was the antiderivative. And then once we had found the antiderivative, all that remained was to plug in the limits. So they're not very much different. One case we just find the antiderivative and stop. The other case we find the antiderivative, plug in the limits, okay? Now one big difference is, back to Lily's question, two more for her, is when we're dealing with an integral, it's the Taylor Swift song, okay? We're burning all the pictures. We're getting rid of everything to do with our x. And we will switch completely to u, make this a very narcissistic process. It's all about you. These jokes are not that bad. Okay? And we just stick with u. The x is gone, it's been burned. When we do an antiderivative, we do go back to the x. That's just the way they want you to work it. So here we go. So we need to find the antiderivative of what's in front of us here on 17. So I look here, and my first place is to look at the blue sheet. So we'll try Tessa. So Tessa, is there a formula on the blue sheet that is an exact copy of the green?
No.
There's not, 2 points, so we can't use the blue. So my next option is to try this u substitution process. So Stella, do we see two functions being multiplied?
Yeah.
What are they?
X squared and cosine x cubed.
2 more points, perfect. So we've got blue, sorry, green, and then we'll go with purple this time. So we got that done. We need to know if both functions are of the correct form. So we'll go to Haley. Do they both match the correct form? Just go one by one. Is the green function one of these 5 forms?
Yes.
Which one? Perfect. So Haley, we're looking at the first form now for the green function. Circle that in green. What's the n, Haley? 2, what's the something? X. Haley, if we choose u to be that something, do we write the smiley face or the frowny face? Yeah, it's not going to help. 3 points for Haley. Questions? So go to Brooklyn. So now go to the purple, Brooklyn. Which form is the purple?
It's the last one.
Nice. Cosine of something. Sorry to cut you off. So what's the something in the purple, Brooklyn?
X.
So that's a good thing so far because at least, it's not u equal x. 2 points. So go to Mary. We're working our way down the list here. We've done all of this right here. Differentiate both choices. So we go du dx. And Mary, what would the derivative of x cubed be?
3x.
3x squared. So Mary, 3 we can ignore because it's a multiplying constant. This choice of u came from which of the 2 functions? The purple. We took the derivative of our choice. Is the derivative of our choice the other multiplying function, other than the multiplying constant? Yeah, it matches, so we're good. 2 points for Mary. That looks great. We don't have to change any limits. We don't have to do that, so we'll go to Sam. So Sam, we start making substitutions. So we're going to rewrite this. We put equal. Antiderivative. Can we write anything in place of x squared at this moment? No, we don't have anything equal to that. Just write it down. How about e cosine of x cubed? Can we write anything instead of that? What would we write? Perfect. Because x cubed is exactly the same thing as u. So whether I write cosine of x cubed or cosine u, it's the same. So I write cosine of u. 2 points for Sam. This is still dx. Put Riley on the front. So Riley, have 2 functions multiplying. Does the order matter?
No.
So I switch the order.
Do you always do that, or are you just doing that?
Pretty common, I wouldn't say always though.
Okay.
Yeah, not always, but common. So yeah, that makes sense?
Yeah.
2 more. So now we go to Lexi. Lexi, I need some way to replace this.
Wouldn't you have to go back over to like the other side?
Yeah, that's what you need to keep thinking. Here's where you're doing the work, just straight down the page. But you've got to keep track of what's equal to what over here. Keep going, Lexi.
And then you'd have to multiply 1/3 to the other side, and then multiply dx to the other side.
Perfect.
Swap stuff around.
3 points for Lexi. Back to Riley's question, you asked if there was an always. I have never seen a problem that involves u substitution where I do not multiply the dx across. So I would call that always. So multiply the dx across. Cross, not across, whatever that means. So 3x squared times dx. And just like Lexi said, we multiply both sides by 1/3. So Connor, can we make any other replacements now?
You could replace the x squared dx from the purple equation
With?
with the 1/3 du.
Perfect, 2 points. Okay, questions from anyone? It's really good. So Paige, what would you suggest now would be our next good move?
So do we go back to finding the matches, or do we just start?
Oh, no, that's very good. That's exactly right. Once we've made all of our replacements, like right here, so this story is slightly different. This is, I don't know of a song where they go back to the X, so I don't know how to tell you a song where they go back to the X, but anyway. Smiling is helpful, 2 points for Carrie Ann. Okay. The 1/3 we'd like to move. It's a multiplying constant, so it can come out front. So look at your blue sheet page. Is there a formula that matches this box right here?
Yes, the cosine rule.
So what do we replace the blue box with?
Sine u plus.
Sine of u plus a constant. And now we need a song about going back to your x because we have no, oh, that's funny. You have no limits on your self-control. You just couldn't help yourself. You had to go back to the x. Okay, that was a bad joke. All right, no one's laughing at the follow-up either, so it was a really bad joke. So this is sine of x cubed plus c, and we're done. That is, go ahead.
Even if you have the u, you can still use the anti-derivative rules.
Yeah, because the rules all have x typed, but I could have typed a t or a y or a w. It wouldn't matter what letter.
Does the 1/3 apply itself to the c? Like, or
Oh, gotcha. Doesn't really matter because we don't know what number this is anyway. So you could think of it as 1/3 times c, but you go, I don't know what that is. So just call that c.
Okay.
2 more. Question. Solid. Let's do some more. Cool. So clear that off the board. Stop that recording.